Okay, let's try this over here one more time. Let's get this party started. It's been 1 week since we went. Yeah. Intro, here we go. What the huge, gigantic crap is everyone is going on tonight?
What the crappity crap?
Lord. Oh,
I need water.
I know. I need more of this. Oh, look, it's live, but you have an ad playing because this is on Twitch. Oh, it's the ad for Ninja. Anyways,
it's fine.
Trying this again. I will start off this particular show, this episode, with the biggest reference to how YouTube and StreamYard's doing. Seems about appropriate.
All right.
Anyways.
So, I don't know if there's still ads playing. For some people, I don't know. Still getting used to this. This is a little bit different, guys. If you are here on Twitch at all and you have no idea what the heck this is not my normal gaming that I will normally be doing on this channel. We are the Cinefanatics. This is usually what we would do over on YouTube, but because we can't do it there, we need to be able to stream it somewhere tonight. Luckily, I now have a Twitch channel. That being said, we are the Cinefanatics. My name is Chris Adams.
I'm Robert Adams. I'm his older brother who is usually trolling him in the chat on this channel, and instead I'm actually on screen on this channel, which I never thought was going to happen.
Who knew? Hopefully this will be the only time that happens.
Hey.
So guys, if you're hanging out in the chat, you have not been hanging out with us during a Cinefanatic stream. Guess what? You're doing a Cinefanatic stream on Twitch tonight. We're only going to be probably doing it for about 2 hours or so, maybe a little bit less, depending on how quick we can get through some of the news, the movie news out here. But the plan is to stream this, download it, upload it on YouTube later. That's just how it's going to have to work. And he's already started the juicing over there, and I'm probably not far behind.
Anyways, thank y'all for following us over here to my brother's Twitch. Yes, typically, again, this is his Twitch channel. When we do tagline, I usually do take point on talking and like being like host number one. He's host number two. So this is going to be a little weird. This is his Twitch channel, but I'm taking lead on tagline like normal just because we can't change everything in one night. So thank y'all for being here on this Twitch channel. If you are watching, make sure you follow. And now that I guess we'll jump straight into this piece of news. You're an affiliate now here on Twitch, which means all of y'all who are watching, subscribe to his Twitch channel.
That's right. You can do that. You can hit that sub. You can hit gift a sub if you want to gift a sub to someone. You can do all sorts of fun stuff on there. However, if you just want to donate strictly because you're coming from, say, the Cinefanatics YouTube channel and you're not all about the Twitch side of things, you don't know how Twitch works and all that, Garth, thank you for the raid of yourself. You can actually go to streamlabs.com/Cinefanatics. That is a fantastic place to donate, chime in, get some comments, questions, all sorts of stuff in there as we go through a lot of these news stories. And as well, we have the Patreon, which I don't know if we want to talk about that now because I know we got stuff coming up on Patreon. Or if we just want to go ahead and hang it up and wait for the end of the show.
You know, we can blast through some of this real quick. Patreon, tomorrow night, hopefully, who knows? Tomorrow night we are doing our Patreon watch along of The Jungle Book. In celebration, we got Cruella's coming out on Disney Plus here like next week or so. So we're going to do The Jungle Book watch along. That is tomorrow night. I believe we're looking at 9 Central, so that puts it 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. The Jungle Book is on Disney Plus if you want to follow along with us. So hopefully that will be back on our YouTube channel tomorrow night. And then Friday, Friday will be our Patreon. Okay, let me backtrack. The Jungle Book, the movie watch along. You just got to be on the $5 dude tier. Friday we were doing our actual movie trivia hangout. Someone may have been notified of a match coming up in the first class league, so therefore we must get some studying in. So that will be Friday night. Also, probably around like that. That one might be a little bit later. Like I think that one we might be shooting for like 10.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen after the Schmodown pay-per-view that day. So
what did I put in that graphic?
I think 9.
Oh, I had 9. Yeah. So it'll actually probably be later.
Just stay tuned, guys. We will we'll keep that we'll keep you apprised of that on social media. It's probably going to be just nearly. Here's the thing. It's a Patreon hangout for trivia, so pretty much as soon as the pay-per-view is over, we're going to probably pop up the hangout stream. So it's casual. Come in when you're done watching the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
unless of course you're like way behind. But anyway, Cat, was it Chris? Does he have a match? You know what? I don't want to talk about that. I'm a little salty still. If you watch the FCL today, you will understand.
Yeah. And y'all got to see the inside of my car.
Hey, Randy. Yep. I got some people popping in here who aren't normally popping in on our Cinefanatics channel live on YouTube on Tuesday nights, where we would usually do the tagline. But because YouTube is having all sorts of issues, those of you guys just popping in now, we're doing this live on my Twitch channel because that's our option. Or don't do it at all.
Yeah. This is good. This might actually work out very well for us. Like this might have been like the best idea ever, and this is maybe like later on we're like, that was a cool idea.
I love also that Vernon just gifted a sub to you to my channel. That's fantastic. Also, real quick, because we are on Twitch, I will highlight subs if they happen. And JJ Winward did sub to me just a little bit ago. So JJ, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. We'll probably also shout you out later when I'm actually doing a normal like gaming stream also. And I have sub alerts and everything and can make a big deal out of it then. But otherwise, thank you.
Yeah, yes, Garth. Credit goes where credit is due.
This is why you have the green sword.
Is that a thing on here? Oh, okay. Is that like the blue wrench?
Yes, the green sword is the blue wrench.
We're gonna spend half of this episode just talking about the fact that we are on Twitch instead of actually talking about movies or whatnot.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But we do want to talk about why we weren't on here last week. Why we didn't do tagline.
Hold on. Let's go in order. Let's go in order of this. Your upcoming show that you want to promote.
You want to go that order of it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, go in the order of the document that I spent all that time and effort creating.
So this Saturday, it's going to be on Saturdays now. We're going to be doing the Bad Batch breakdowns of episode 3 and 4. We did not do episode 3 this last week. There were some scheduling conflicts, both with myself and with our gracious co-hosts. So we just decided to go ahead and do 3 and 4 this next week instead. Again, if there's any further scheduling conflicts, there will still be a show. If it does happen to be just me, I know that both of my gracious co-hosts have a lot going on as well, and we're kind of last minute hoping that everything works out and whatnot. So if it is just me, there will still be a show. It will end up being just me, or if I can, last minute find another host. Either way, we will be doing Bad Batch breakdown of episode 3 and 4 this Saturday. So that will probably be at 8 o'clock our time. So 6 Pacific and 9 Eastern, I believe. I think that's what I said it for, but hey, whatever. I'm not making you a mod.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Anyways. So this whole past week has been a lot of fun. We've taken a break from the YouTube stuff, which I feel like you have to do every once in a while. Otherwise, you can't keep up. So we took a week off, amongst other things changing and planning. We also had a visit from a member of the Schmodown, Rachel Silverstreeny, came here to Austin to hang out. I like to think she was here just to see our beautiful, pretty faces, and because we all have a lot of fun. But it was actually because there was a Movies pop up here in Austin. For those of y'all not familiar, Movies is a fictional fast food restaurant in the Kevin Smith movie universe, the View Ask universe. So they came here, they set up this restaurant, and we got our picture with Kevin Smith, which is quite possibly one of my favorite things ever to happen to me in my life.
Take a pause real quick.
Yeah.
This makes it look like this happened earlier today, because look at me. Look at me. I'm wearing the same exact outfit. I did laundry in a week, guys.
Oh yeah. That's right. So okay, so behind the scenes, we're actually really good close friends with Kevin Smith, and we missed seeing him last week, so we asked if he could quickly bring all that stuff back down here, and we quickly took that picture before the sun went down here in Austin, Texas, amongst all the storms. And then YouTube decided to crap out on us. And this is our second shot of showing y'all this awesome, awesome picture.
All of that was absolutely true.
Anyways,
no, we saw him last week.
Yeah. So that was last week. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time hanging out. That was probably like that, coupled with just taking a break from doing YouTube stuff, from streaming. It's funny, I'm talking about having to do YouTube stuff when we're on Twitch. Like,
we're still taking a break from YouTube.
We're still taking a break from YouTube.
Because apparently, our arms are getting twisted.
YouTube wants us to take a break again. Yeah. So... Yeah.
Anyway, that was a lot of fun. We had Rachel here last week and was just hanging out with her and apparently Kevin Smith for a little bit. Also, we had a random pop in from a David B Music as well, which you can also follow and sub to on Twitch as well. It's David B Music. I'm giving him a plug. He's not here. It doesn't matter. I like him. He drove all the way from Houston just to hang out with us for a little bit.
Yeah, so if y'all don't know geography, it takes roughly about 3 hours to drive from Houston to Austin. He was like at a moment's notice, he's like, hey, I'm going to come to Austin and hang out with all y'all. We're like, cool.
Sounds good.
So he came and hung out, and we had a really good fun time. What was that? Cards Against Humanity? Yeah. Oh my God. That's one of those things. If y'all don't know our channel, we are very family friendly. Whew. Not with that game.
that cannot be recorded and uploaded to the channel.
Oh, but it would be so much fun. It's so much fun.
No, Rachel, no, that's not it. We just needed a break from ourselves.
Yeah. Kind of like what Vernon is saying. Gonna come hang out with himself. Did we get David B to make... I mean, we probably could get a discount off of him at this point. I don't know. Probably not.
No, I'm not. We will get a Schmodown theme from David B once we are winning a whole lot in the actual Schmodown later on, and Skybound is licensing it.
And by we, he means me, because I'm the only one getting matches.
Guys, thank you so much for coming to twitch.tv/ChrisAdamsMLP. That's right. This is my Twitch channel. Are you going to behave?
While you're here, make sure you follow this channel and consider subscribing. Give him a sub. That'd be cool. Anyone ungift a sub to Robert.
Perfect, cat. Perfect.
That's great.
Anyway, we've been diddly-daddling a lot. We need to get into.
We
some
need to
movie
crank
news
this
and stuff.
along. So yeah, on top of that, I just got a new job. Again, this is your audience over here on Twitch, so they probably don't know or up to date exactly with what I'm doing. But I got a new job at the same company I already worked with. I'm not telling y'all who it is because they don't pay me enough to promote them on my channel or his. So yeah, new job. I'm liking it a lot more as of right now. I've only been there 2 days, but much better.
You're still in training.
Yeah, I'm in training for it for like the next 3 months or so. So it'll be a lot easier, a lot better on my mental state and stress and whatnot, and will hopefully allow me to get back to producing more content for our YouTube channel as soon as our YouTube channel allows me to produce content for it. So, so one of those two things should happen sometime soon. Who knows at this point?
Yeah.
So yeah, new job. And then again, we kind of mentioned it briefly. You made Twitch affiliate this past
Very
week.
Very quickly. That happened so much more quicker than I was expecting it to, honestly. The idea is that you get it within a month, but I literally got it within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Of starting. So
kudos to everyone over here who's watching, who followed him, who helped him achieve that affiliate status.
You helped me achieve greatness.
I am not a Twitcher, so I have no idea what any of that means. So, yeah. Anyways, so
this is normally where we would probably do the what movies did we see, what movies did you see, but I don't think either one of us have anything to add here other than what we're going to review later.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them later anyway, so we'll save that for later. If y'all watching, if y'all have seen any good movies, drop them in the chat. We might click on them and talk about them as we squeeze it in. But I want to jump into the movie news because we're already a little bit behind on this. So let's jump into movie news and see where this goes.
Yep, we're gonna have to. We'll do a speed run through some of these as it were.
Yeah, especially this first one. Apparently, this on again, off again idea that Dune, the remake, is supposed to be coming out this year now. It may or may not come out day and date on HBO Max. Apparently, according to Deadline, it was going to premiere in September at a festival. I think it was the Venice Film Festival. And then it was going to go out in the theaters before playing on HBO Max. Warner Brothers turned around and said, nope, not true. It's still going to be released day and date on HBO Max, which I believe is in October. I believe is the goal right now for it. So, yeah. So clarification, as of right now, it is still coming out day and date in the theaters and on HBO Max, as per what HBO Max is doing this entire year.
Here's the thing. What I like about this piece of news is that it's not getting delayed.
Yeah.
Because after this entire last year, I am so happy to finally get movie news about movies actually coming out at some point in some fashion, and they're not getting delayed anymore. They are actually finally coming out. Good Lord, it's about time.
I'm actually willing to bet this will probably be the last piece of news for the most part about movies and how they were affected by the pandemic. I think from here on out, we're about to just be talking about movies coming back out like normal again. So hopefully
it nearly brings a tear to my eye. I'm like not even joking right now. The fact that we just pushed through this entire last year and we're like talking about we're getting back to movies coming out like normal again. Holy crap.
Rachel saying don't jinx it.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's funny. Anyways, moving on. Another piece of news. This one is probably not going to be too huge, but I found this kind of interesting that the Sci-Fi Channel, that's spelled Syfy, I guess, Syfy, whatever.
Sci-Fi?
Sci-Fi, I don't know.
Sci-Fi?
They are planning on doing a sequel to the Bring It On franchise of cheerleaders. You might be asking, well, then why is it on the Sci-Fi Channel? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. It's because they're going to turn it into a horror movie. That's right. This Bring It On that brought us like Gabrielle Union and Kirsten Dunst, and I don't know who else is in this movie. Schmodown is getting a horror remake, which is funny because it's funny because I could have sworn this was already done. Like, for example, there was that one.
Oh, God.
There was also that one.
Oh, God.
And that one. This one's called Bloody Pom Poms.
What is up with these posters?
Title. Yeah. And that one.
Okay, I'm done with these posters. Stop
and
it.
That one.
Stop it.
Wait, you know.
Get it off my Twitch channel.
I have a feeling some of those just might have been some adult movies. I don't know. Just. Anyways.
He did not clear this joke with me first. I would have turned it down. No, I would have turned it down on YouTube.
I know. That's why I didn't tell you.
Yeah. Stop doing that.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this at all.
I don't know. Here's the thing. That was like completely all in joke.
He knew.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna go the route of that, like the exploitative route. I don't think they're gonna potentially go that route. They may just make it a simple like Bring It On movie just with horror elements to it, but that might be a little weird.
Yeah. So those of you who know me know I don't like horror movies. So do you know how very much interested in this project I am?
Oh, absolutely. Because you're that much more interested in the Bring It On franchise as well. You'd actually probably have a better chance of watching a horror movie than the Bring It On movies.
No, I'll watch Bring It On before horror.
Oh, okay. Yes, none of those are future watch-alongs. Contrary to me making a joke, I don't want to watch them either. Not horror
you
movies,
and me,
just
Rachel. You and me both.
Anyways, let's move on to some news that actually happened. I believe this was actually announced today that Amazon is in the process of acquiring MGM.
Oh no.
That means overall that Amazon could be the future streaming home of James Bond, Rocky, RoboCop. Like, there's a lot of high-end properties that could be sucked in. That James Bond one is a huge seller.
Yeah, that would be big. I mean, that's almost like nearly the reason you acquire right now.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If that happens, like Amazon's already, in my opinion, is a giant juggernaut of a streaming. It's a giant juggernaut of a website, not just in streaming. Yeah, it's massively huge.
Yeah.
But as a streaming platform, Amazon Prime Video, I feel like is right up there and not a sponsor at all. They don't know who we are unless I buy a Funko Pop from them. Otherwise, they have no idea I exist. And I'll probably buy another Funko Pop pretty soon. But anyways, Amazon Prime Video, I would say is like one of the major ones. If it wasn't for HBO Max coming out, like I feel like HBO Max and Disney Plus just like quickly zipped by them. Otherwise, it would have been a major fight between Netflix and Amazon Prime as far as like your top movie streaming platform.
Speaking of Amazon Prime, all of you here on Twitch, you get a Prime sub free every month if you have a subscription to Amazon Prime. So feel free to drop that sub with your Amazon Prime account on this channel if you can, if you want to. I'm okay with it. It would be swell. Back to your regularly scheduled news story.
Anyways, so them acquiring MGM just really secures, again, like James Bond and Rocky and all that, that secures their position in the streaming wars. This is a very smart idea for Amazon. Super huge smart. I think they also would have access to like the Handmaid's Tale, like some streaming shows as well. They would have
on Hulu.
It might be, but I wonder like if that goes over to MGM, who has like full on rights to it.
So this once again is like the same situation we've been looking at before with like when Disney's acquiring, various properties like Marvel, Lucasfilm, Fox.
Yeah.
You have the same situation where these big companies come together and there's pros and cons to it. The pros for the general audience is, and a fantastic service is produced where you can find any and all of that company's sweet movies. Mm-hmm. The downside is when big companies like this merge, there's redundancy amongst its employees. And there's definitely going to be redundancy amongst the Amazon Studios side of things and MGM.
It also creates one other streaming platform network that you have to subscribe to. For example, when The Office left Netflix to go to Peacock, there was a massive amount of like complaints and issues on Twitter, on the internet in general about that. Now all of a sudden it's on Peacock, which Peacock is like, you could watch The Office for free. No, you could watch like the first 2 seasons and then you got to pay for the rest. So that's one more streaming service you now have to subscribe to if you're a massive Office fan that doesn't already own the entire series on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. So there's a lot of issues to be seen when big companies merge like this. It's going to be interesting to see what benefit comes out of this. Like, what Amazon can do with MGM and its many properties. But at the same time, you balance that out with how many people are going to lose their jobs from this acquiring, all that kind of stuff. It's the real world side of it. So pros and cons, guys. And sometimes the cons are not outweighed by the pros, but we shall see, I guess. We shall see.
Yeah. So speaking of other streaming and mergers and acquiring, the other big one was that AT&T, who is the deciding factor, the controlling company in this, has decided to merge Warner Media with Discovery.
Yeah,
I'm guessing
sold off.
They
sold off Warner Media to Discovery.
Well, no, they own Warner Media. They are acquiring. They're not acquiring. They are doing a partnership with Discovery, and Discovery and Warner Media are coming together. Okay. Yeah, I read up on this since the last time we talked about it, like off camera. So Warner Media and Discovery will be potentially absorbed into one another, with the talks of this being finalized like next summer. So about a year away.
Jeez.
Yeah. So the only thing I could think of is that nice shiny new Discovery Plus streaming channel that just came out this year is probably about to get eaten Pac-Man style by HBO Max.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool in that those of us who have, currently HBO Max subscriptions, but not, say, Discovery Plus subscriptions, now all of a sudden are going to be in position to have some Discovery Plus stuff.
Especially if you are also a person who enjoys Discovery content without actually wanting to go subscribe to another streaming. Like, yeah. I will watch the heck out of some Food Network shows. I know what's his name? Adam from Man vs. Food.
Richmond.
Adam Richmond. I know he's got a new show coming out on Discovery Plus, and those of y'all that know me know I like movies and food. I like cooking. I like watching cooking. I love Food Network cooking.
I like
channel.
Eating cooking.
I like eating cooking. Yeah, absolutely. I actually like that phrase. I like eating cooking. I'm going to make that I'm going to erase everything on my Twitter bio and just put that. I like eating cooking.
Yeah. So that's interesting too, because that means you also get access to HGTV. So if you want to watch any houses getting flipped, there you got that. If you want to watch, say, Travel Channel, which I'm down for a little Travel Channel. I like seeing other places that I will never afford to go to. All that can be fun.
Some of those, like the Travel Channel, Food Network, when they do some of those shows where like they travel to other states, at least other states, like not necessarily other countries, because that's a whole nother ball game. But when they go to other states and they go to different like restaurants and places, I'm watching those for ideas. Like if I ever go visit here, here's the restaurant I want to go try because I've seen it on TV. Yeah. For example, when I first went to LA, his second time, I wanted to go to Philippe's. Yep. Because I saw it on Man vs. Food. Now, pretty much every time we go to LA, we go to Philippe's. Fantastic sandwich.
Not so a sponsor, good. But I don't care. They deserve free sponsorship.
Yeah. So yeah, like for example, that I had a brief like 1 day trip to Chicago, and I only had like maybe 2 restaurants I could hit up while in Chicago. I looked at Discovery, Food Network for guidance on which restaurants I should go hit. So yeah, I went with Al's Italian Beef and Lou Malnati. I'm kicking myself for not going with Portillo's because that, of course, is a Chicago institution.
Yeah. So again, we're talking about companies merging. I don't know, what this actually overall means in the grand scheme of things, because now we're talking about Discovery Plus and Warner. There is very little overlap there. This is a merger that kind of does make a little bit of sense because we're talking about, again, things like HGTV, Travel Channel. I think Animal Planet is part of this too. I'm not sure which. Maybe. I don't know if Animal Planet actually is like Nat Geo or what. But anyway, all these fun lifestyle life channels essentially are going to be kind of wrapped up into all this, as well as like all of Discovery's like short films and documentaries and all the stuff that they produce for like nature and wildlife. So most of that does not overlap with what Warner was already doing, say with HBO Max or with the movie industry or any of that. So it kind of seems like this one is like an adding on to very little, if any, redundancy, as I was speaking about earlier with like Amazon and MGM. Probably very little, if any, redundancy at all in this one. So this will be an interesting one to see shake out. Now we're talking about a year from now is when we're going to see like the effects of it. That was a question.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah. Because that's when they were predicting the overall deal may be finalized. That's one of those like major companies. I don't know like how much like the government has to get involved. As I know it's not like an antitrust thing, but
yeah, which assets this company can have, which assets they can't because monopoly laws and stuff. That's why I don't think we will be seeing Disney acquiring too many more properties, if any at all, anymore, because they got a lot. So I'm interested. We'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how it changes up the things that we're already watching and doing.
Especially because Disney has like Nat Geo, which is like a direct competition.
Yeah. Disney would not have been able to acquire Discovery.
Yeah.
I say that as somebody who is not actually part of the business side of any kind of industry, so I know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, I know enough about business and stuff, like going to school for it, and I have at least a good enough feeling for like what I said.
Cool. What about these other? What's up with these other news stories? We got some Marvel stuff.
There's other news stuff. Let's go ahead and take a Marvel break. Graphics with music. Eventually I'll work on it and get it in there. Yeah, Marvel. Yeah. So it was reported, and this one I'm actually really liking. This is one of the few times where I like news about a movie that's like in production without them actually revealing anything about the movie's like plot actors, any of that cool stuff. This is one of those I like. What's his face that's directing Ant-Man 3?
Nice.
Peyton Reed.
Reed.
What's that? Peyton Reed is what's his face. If anytime I say what's his face, I mean Peyton Reed.
I'm gonna remind you of that later.
I know it's gonna be fun. He revealed on Twitter that filming Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Ant-Man 3,
Quantumania,
yeah, Ant-Man 3 is using the same technology that they use for the Mandalorian, which is the stagecraft tech, which I believe what that means, as you can see in this replica of Chicago's beam, that it's a mirror ball, I know, but since we were talking about Chicago and stuff, I just had to reference the beam. This is actually like a studio that's like a dome, and the whole dome is like a green screen or something like that. Or it's not a green screen, it's an actual projection.
It's really cool technology. If you've ever watched like any of the behind the scenes stuff that they did for The Mandalorian, they show you a lot of how that works in it. And it is some of the coolest technology for movies that we have seen in quite some time. We can take the image down now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't have it open. Anyway. Yeah, the reason this is so cool is because, again, if you've seen like the behind the scenes stuff from like The Mandalorian, Jon Favreau, I know, really pushed for this technology for Mandalorian, and of course Dave Filoni was like, "Cool, let's do it." It's really neat because it allows the actors to even have more immersion into their characters and their environments, because as they're trying to act, in movies past and in shows past, you'd see them like on a green screen, and they're having to use their wonderfully trained actor minds to imagine that where they're at is what we'll see later on the screen. In this case, what's happening is that they no longer have to actually imagine. They can act and react to what we're going to see on the screen later on the screen while they're acting in it. It is amazing. Yeah. I don't remember him doing it for Jungle Book. I know he was doing it for Lion King, which we're not watching on the watch along, by the way.
So that he came up with that with the tech for that idea
during Jungle Book.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Which is the watch along movie tomorrow night on the Patreon watch along at the $5 dude tier.
Yeah. That like I was saying though, like he did a lot of it with Lion King. But a lot of it, what it is that the environment on the green screen shifts and moves as it's connected to the main camera that's doing the primary shooting. So not only do the actors have the environment that they're supposed to be in character around them, the environment also shifts and moves along with the camera, so that you're always getting that perfect angle, no matter where you're shooting from, no matter what you're trying to grab. It is amazing technology. And the fact that they're using it for Quantumania, again, we've seen like the quantum realm in Ant-Man movies past. This is going to be sick. This is going to be great use of that technology. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. So that will look really good. Other things
also, to note real quick, why we know that this is going to be used for Quantumania is because Peyton Reed did direct, I believe, 2 episodes of the last season of Mandalorian.
Oh, that's right.
He's had time to use it, work with it, say, I love this, I want to use this for my movie. And because it's all under the Disney house, everyone's all like, cool, sounds good, let's do it for the movie.
Yeah. So while we're talking about things that look cool and Marvel movies, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, otherwise known as Doctor Strange 2, previously it was reported that, according to the script, the main villain was going to be Nightmare, which is why everyone was thinking that Nightmare might be involved with like WandaVision, and Mephisto was going to be involved, and that's where that whole like trend came from. Now it's being rumored. I say rumored with like that kind of infliction because I don't trust a dang one of the sites that I've read this on today. But I'm a big fan of like the really weird and goofy Marvel characters like Arnim Zola or MODOK. This is another one of those. It's now rumored that the villain of Doctor Strange 2 is going to be Shuma Gorath, the Elder God Shuma Gorath. If you don't know who that is, maybe y'all might recall the Capcom versus Marvel video game from back in the 90s when I was the perfect age, and anyone younger than me probably doesn't remember it. But Shuma Gorath was one of the characters you could play or fight as, which was this weird looking like squid with one eyeball cloud monster thing. Yeah, I think in the video game he was purple, and I know this image he's yellow, but anyways, yeah, that might be showing up at the end of Doctor Strange 2. Can you imagine seeing this on the big screen?
I'm trying to imagine it. The first place that I will imagine something similar is probably in the Suicide Squad movie that's coming out this year that features potentially Starro as big bad guy. I think that's where you're first going to get the idea that something like this could work. I know Watchmen we're going to touch on a big giant squid as they did in the books, but decided to go the Dr. Manhattan is the bad person who did everything route for some reason. But now we actually finally are getting our big bad squid in a movie. Look, here's the thing. Yeah, see, this is what I'm wondering. This is what I'm wondering because of this. But regardless, the thing I'm thinking of is Marvel can do whatever the heck they want now. Honestly, if they want to put Shuma Gorath in a movie, put Shuma Gorath in a movie. I'll watch it. It's gonna be good. All their other movies are good, so this will be good too.
I'm gonna watch the ever loving frick out of that movie if they put Shuma Gorath in it. Like, substitute all of those phrases I just said for whatever word you think is more appropriate in that sentence. But yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, regardless of what it is. It's a goofy looking character, sure, whatever. It'll be fun. They've got Groot working in a movie. Not only that, they made him Baby Groot too. They did all sorts of stuff. Marvel can do literally whatever they want. I mean, we've already been in quantum realms. We've been in different realms. Whatever.
Ego, the living planet. I mean,
they even showed his face at one point on the planet itself. I mean, they didn't fully commit to it, but they went there.
It was enough. I get like not like wanting to just hold the camera there or whatever, but I mean, it was enough. And I was like,
do it. Just go for it. Just do it. Why does Chris sound so angry about this? He's not angry. He's just saying, look, guys,
do it.
Just do the thing. Just do the thing. I'll watch it. Everyone will watch it. And everyone will be fine for it. We'll all be happy. Just put him in. I don't care. It'll be interesting to see, though, if this rumor is true. I mean, just like Garth said and what I was saying, I don't know if they're going to do Shuma Gorath after Suicide Squad does Starro, but the other side of it is if these things are already in production, they're already in production. Guess what?
You kind of can't stop it. So in summation, thanks for coming to this TED Talk. I would like to see Shuma Gorath put into Doctor Strange 2, but they better hurry up and do that because I have a feeling Shuma Gorath is probably also going to be put into Knives Out 2. So who isn't a part of this movie? That's the big question tonight.
We made it. We got there.
Yeah. So over the past like 2 weeks that we haven't done, almost 3 weeks now, had we not like juked away from YouTube or whatever. I don't know why I do sports references. I don't know sports. I know that one was done correctly, but still, I'm not a sports person. They had been announcing people who were cast in Knives Out 2, which if you've seen the first one, it's a very nice ensemble and very star-studded. So when they started casting this one, every single time they announced a person, we're like, yes, I want to see them in Knives Out 2. Yep. So far we have been told that we were going to get Batista, Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, and Agatha Harkness is going to be Catherine Hahn. They were all cast for Knives Out too. And so I made a really nice and gorgeous looking thumbnail where I put their faces over the first one. And then while I'm at work today with no access to be able to edit my thumbnail, it was announced that they had also casted Hamilton's Leslie Odom Jr.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, they did.
So, yeah. Who is not a part of this? By the way, the casting announcement for us in this movie is going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, so tune into the FCL. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Every single one of these, every single time they came out with a new one, I was like, buying a ticket even more now. I'm going to buy a ticket even harder now. Yeah. Leslie Odom Jr. pops out, and I'm like, I'm tweeting Ryan Johnson on the Twitters, and I'm like, hey, man, I was already going to buy a ticket, dude. Cut this out. Now I have to buy 18. I want to see this so bad. It's going to be good. I love what they're doing.
Knives Out, the musical.
I
say, boy, I say.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Academy Award nominee Leslie Odom Jr.
Yeah. So is he going to be the killer who's not going to waste his shot?
As much as I like that, I believe that we know who the villain of this movie already is. You want to say it, or should I?
It's Edward Norton easily. I mean, he's the villain all the time.
No, it's Catherine Hahn.
Oh, like it was Agatha all along?
Because it's Agatha all along. Good night, everybody. All right. We
okay, here's the thing. What happens when that actually happens? The whole entire internet crashes, and we're all sitting there like, oh, it was Agatha all along. You knew about this before this movie came out. You knew it was going to be her.
Hey, they can't see my arm, right?
Yes, we can.
God dang it. All right,
fine. Mephisto all along?
It was Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill all along.
It was Shuma Gorath.
Dude, they could put Mark Hamill in this movie.
Oh, God. That was like when he popped up in the first Kingsman. Like, he just showed up and I was like, it's so good.
It's not like Ryan Johnson hasn't worked with him before. I'm just saying. I want both Mark Hamill and Adam Driver in this movie. I don't know. There's a lot of people.
Oh, man. I'm forgetting her name. Schmodown. I know. The one who played Rose. Rose Tico.
Oh, yeah. Pull names under pressure. Pull names under pressure, folks.
15 seconds.
I was just waiting for you to get
Kelly Marie Tran.
Got it. Nailed it.
I want to see her get casted in this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't see any reason why that doesn't happen too. Because again, Ryan Johnson, I think liked her in Last Jedi.
I think that'll be the one that like after all the major cast members get announced, she'll be like the final one. She'll be the cherry on top, and you're like, I want to see this.
Yeah. But that I think is the interesting thing. Like, who else do we think? I mean, you guys in the chat, let us know also. Who else do you think is going to be in this movie?
Yeah, that's the idea, is that she's in it for more than 2 minutes. Hopefully she's a major. Hopefully she's like the Marta of this movie.
Yeah, and hopefully people don't give her crap on Twitter later about being in the movie too.
Yeah. Who else do you think could be in this movie?
Well, so like I was saying before, I don't know if I said this on one of our tagline streams or if I just happened to brush through it when we weren't live at all. But I kind of thought it would be hilarious if whatever's happening, Chris Evans's character, Ransom, is still like the bad guy in some way. He's still controlling things. And then at the end of the movie, you find out he's still there. He's still controlling something about whatever storyline this is now. And he gets thrown up in his face again. And then by the third movie, Knives Out 3, guys, check it. Chris Evans is still trying to pull strings on whatever story's happening in that movie. Ransom is still in here trying to cause havoc and whatnot. And by the end of that movie, somebody is about to upchuck, and he's like, "Oh no, not again, not again!" And somebody straight in his face, and he's like, "Come on, why does this keep happening?" And Benoit Blanc can look at him and say, "Because you keep being an idiot and doing all of these things that you should not be doing. If you stop doing these things, you will stop being thrown up on." There's metaphorical meaning in there, guys. Just you'll realize it halfway through the night when you wake up and you're like, "Oh, he was right."
The next time you get like super drunk and you're just having to visit the porcelain gods, you're gonna be like, "I understand what Chris was saying on his Twitch channel the other night when the Cinefanatics were not able to be on their YouTube channel." By the way, we're on Chris's Twitch channel here, so make sure you follow and subscribe.
That we are.
Can you do what is it? Is it bits, bytes? Can you do those? Like throw those in. See if you can scare us or whatever. I don't know.
Throw some biddies. That's not how it works. That's you don't. Bits are not always set up to scare people.
I know. I'm thinking Ben Goddard's stream.
Yeah, Ben Goddard is someone else that you can subscribe to on Twitch as well. He's at the Ben Goddard. I push him too because he does great stuff on Twitch as well. But anyway.
Anyway, so I was asking who else you think might be in Knives Out 2. Vernon was saying Meryl Streep. Garth says he wants Pierce Brosnan and Timothy Dalton. I mean, that one's obvious because of you would get the James Bond trifecta there. And only if Meryl Streep and Pierce Brosnan break into song. No, we do not need a Mamma Mia in my Knives Out.
Wait, take a chance on it though.
No, I want everyone just free to just dance however they want, whether the king or the dancing queen, or I think that's the extent of the ABBA songs that I know off the top of my head.
Yes. How about Mamma Mia?
Well, the title was, we quoted that by saying the title.
Mamma Mia.
Okay,
I played Mario earlier on Twitch today.
Mamma Mia, here I go again. Uh-oh.
Wow. You're a regular Charles Martinet. That's who you are.
Thank you.
Wait, it's the guy who does Mario's voice. So Schmodown. No? Okay. There's a lot of little interesting potential casts for this. I've been seeing a lot of like stuff over the internet. I mean, obviously, you have your obvious ones. Anyone who's appeared in a Rian Johnson film before.
So Bruce Willis also.
Put Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis in this movie. Make it a weird kind of spiritual sequel to Looper. I don't know.
Yeah.
Literally anybody who was in The Last Jedi. I mean,
Looper and the Knives Out movies take place in the same universe. And if he could somehow like get Star Wars in there.
Yeah. Without Disney knowing. Give me Laura Dern. Give me Oscar Isaac. Give me everybody. Give me John Boyega. I'll take John Boyega in this too. I'm not kidding. Like, they honestly can cast whoever they want in these movies, and every single one of those casting announcements, I'll be like, sold, still sold, not going to be unsold.
Well, keep in mind, so this is a deal where they're going to do 2 and 3 on Netflix.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless they pick Armie Hammer, and then in case I'll probably be like, not into cannibalism in my Knives Out movie.
Why don't y'all make a separate movie with Armie Hammer and Kevin Spacey in it?
Well, to be fair,
it's one of those movies where let's see who survives by the end of this movie.
To be fair, there is another murder mystery movie that stars Armie Hammer that is coming out.
Was he in the
Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile.
Yep.
Oh, so that's interesting. How's that going to work because of the pandemic? Do they? Okay. Like, for instance, the whole thing with Kevin Spacey, there was that All the Money in the World done by Ridley Scott immediately got stopped and refilmed all of Kevin Spacey with Christopher Plummer. Is that something they could do with this? Because of the pandemic?
Christopher Plummer's dead. They can't do that with this.
Well, no.
That was a good one.
That was funny.
No, the movie's done. It's completely done. It's not like they were still like shooting anything. It's been done for a while.
So was All the Money in the World. It was going to come out like within 2 months of the whole Kevin Spacey incident.
Yeah, no, but this movie was going to come out like over half a year ago.
But it hasn't come out yet. That's the thing.
We're still talking about.
Hasn't been released.
We're still talking about a movie that was like finished in its post production versus a movie that was still wrapping up its post production. So, they're not going to replace Armie Hammer. I mean, I think Kevin Spacey was in the trailers too, but he's been in the trailers for this. We're already expecting this movie to come out at some point this year. So
that would be funny if they did that.
He's in it. He's going to be in it. So.
So we got a hi from Random Rocker 1989. I'm gonna I don't know who you are, but I mean I'm gonna let Tyler know you're using his avatar. So
hi Tyler, how's it going?
Oh, you're using his name too? If I could have held that would have been like the perfect clip out right there.
No spoilers for a story that came out in 1937.
Yeah.
37 in a row?
Okay. In a row? Try not to read another story on your way through the parking lot.
Jeez. It's like we met Kevin Smith last week or something.
Oh, yeah. He's a close friend, a very dear close friend now.
I blame Rachel, honestly.
Yeah, so Rachel Silvestrini went with us wearing like the movie trivia Schmodown shirt, and he's like, fellow Schmodown competitor. And we're in the developmental league.
We're in the FCL.
We're in the FCL, so I mean,
we assume you know what that is.
By the way, sir, thank you for being you and giving me my round 2 slice in my last match. And my first question in round 3.
Yes.
He seemed like I told him that, and he actually did seem kind of proud that, like, well, you're welcome. Like he understands that. No, I didn't bring up the one match in the Schmodown. I brought up my one match in the FCL.
How to ban Catatot. Don't actually.
Why
Vernon and Garth don't
play?
Don't actually ban him. I was just kidding.
Why would you see Chris playing the FCL? I mean,
actions ban cats.
I'm gonna guess this is one of those super cool Twitch jokes.
Yeah, as a mod, if you do /ban Catatot, you would /ban Catatot.
You mean
it's not that hard to figure out?
You just can't like right click their name and say ban. You have to type that in.
Yes.
This is gonna make a whole lot of sense when y'all are watching this on YouTube later when I re-upload it to the YouTube channel.
I hope we can. I don't see my stream from earlier today up on my Twitch channel, so hopefully we can do this. Otherwise, you're only getting a once a live stream on Twitch.
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. That
reminds me.
Hey, we're on Twitch. Come watch. Anyways, that's gonna do it for the major news. Let's drop. I was gonna say drop and jump into some reviews. Yeah. Let's jump into some reviews. I will start with mine first. Yeah, you don't have to ban me. I'm his brother. I'm going to support. Oh, yeah. Look, I want to talk about that real quick before we get into the movie reviews. It was announced today Charles Grodin passed. And unfortunately, I was not able to read up like if they have a cause of death. I want to say he was in his 80s, like 88, 89. So I don't know if he had like anything like other than the cause of death just being old age, but yeah. So he passed away. He's been in the movies that I've seen that I remember him from. He was in like a lot of older movies, and some of which weren't movies that I immediately go and rush to watch. But I do remember him as a kid watching Beethoven. And as a kid, not even thinking that I'm going to talk about movies on the internet one day or play movie trivia or anything. As a kid, I remembered who Charles Grodin was by name because of Beethoven, because of his role in that movie. He played that father figure that was annoyed by the Saint Bernard. He played it so well. In fact, I haven't watched those movies since I was a kid. I need to go back and watch it again because that's a testament to how good Charles Grodin was. At me as a kid who likes watching movies, but wasn't quite in the realm of remembering names, I do remember remembering his name from that movie. So,
yeah.
Oh, he had bone marrow cancer.
Ugh.
Oof. So,
yeah.
Of course, our thoughts go out to his like family and loved ones, but
I personally don't have a whole lot of connection to him, so I can't really speak too much on him. I don't want to try to make something up just because I think that would be disrespectful. So,
yeah. Well, no, you and I talked about this earlier, and I was saying that I had like probably more of an idea and a connection with him.
Yeah.
Also, really liked his character in The Great Muppet Caper because he was such like a troll in that movie. Just yes, I could have sworn I've seen Midnight Run, but I got it confused with Midnight Cowboy, which I have seen Midnight Cowboy. So yeah, I read up on Midnight Run. And yeah, I agree. This is a must watch, and it will be a watch very soon. So, Garth also said his favorite movie with Charles Grodin is Lonely Guy with Steve Martin. Yeah, Steve Martin's one of those I just kind of want to go back through like all of his movies and watch all of them. Do like the entire like Steve Martin run. I want to do that. I want to do like Keanu Reeves. I want to do Tom Hanks. So eventually.
All right. Sorry, guys. I kind of was like out there. I was trying to make sure, honestly, that we could save this for later, but I don't know if we can or not. I just turned on that feature, so I don't know if it's going to save it while we're mid doing it, but either way, yeah.
So let's get into reviews real quick. I'm going to go and quickly knock out mine. Again, I am the horror movie fan of the Cinefanatics, and a right old jolly horror movie came out this past week. I don't know why British all of a sudden, but I went and saw Spiral from the Book of Saw. So essentially another sequel to Saw. No spoilers in this at all. My overall feeling, it's a movie. It was okay. I will easily say there's way worse Saw movies in the Saw franchise than this. This movie is easily doable. It's passable. It's not the greatest. It's not the best, but it is good. Like, I'll watch it again.
It sounds like it's very much just fine.
Yeah. There's at least one Saw movie I probably will never watch ever again just because I absolutely hated it. And that was Jigsaw. That was the last one. This one I'll watch again. Probably like in about a year. I'll throw it on. Or I might just watch it when I decide to go back through and watch all the Saw movies. Of course, again, skipping Jigsaw, because that movie shouldn't exist. That movie is like the Scrub season 9 of the Saw movies. It
There is
just
no
should
Scrub
not.
season 9.
Exactly. It just should not exist. Should not be a part of anything.
It's a really random thing to connect it to. There is no Scrub season 9. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right.
So. Are you trying to say that it should be scrubbed from existence?
now I know where we're on your channel. So anyways, it was a passable movie. Good performance by Chris Rock, even though that's what he did like 90% of the movie, just squinting into the camera and just squinting at things. I will put money on the table right now that when this movie comes out, like video, digital, whatever, and the Honest Trailers crew, the Screen Junkies guys, get a hold of this movie and do the honest trailer for it, they will call out Chris Rock squinting throughout the entire movie, just in some form. They might not use the word squinting, but they'll describe that in some form.
Two things. One, you didn't put money on the table. I was going to be like right in there, just to money. Two, here's our review of Spiral. Chris Rock squints a lot.
Yeah. So, I don't know what else to say. I mean, if they make a sequel to this, if they could do it just a little bit better, I'd be okay with it. I'll give it a shot if they want to do a sequel to this. Like if this really was its own spin-off, Spiral, off of the main Saw series, and they did a direct sequel to this, I could be a little interested in it. It has the potential to be a whole franchise on its own if it's done right.
So they say like the main problem with the film was really just its script. Was it like dialogue or just story? Or both?
I think it was probably like just the story of it. Again, no spoilers, but
it just didn't grip you.
You could probably guess like who the killer is from like watching the trailer. So, I mean, the trailer really just sells it on like exactly what it is. All the trailer is missing is the actual gory parts of the movie, and you would have pretty much the whole movie minus the end bit.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So it's an interesting sounding concept. I mean, you got Chris Rock, you got Samuel L. Jackson in there, you got all these other supporting players or whoever. So what's your rating on this one?
What do we do this out of 10?
You ask that every time. Yes.
I'd probably give this. Let's go 5.5. Just a little over that halfway. Like.
It's
5.5.
0.5. It's that 0.5 that's selling me here. That 0.5. I'm gonna watch this movie now because you added that 0.5.
I was gonna say, selling you on what? You're not gonna watch this.
No, you could have given this a 10, and I'm still not gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I'm not a horror movie person. I have not seen the Saw movies, and I'm not going to watch them. That's just how I am. So those of y'all in the FCO who have yet to see my match because I haven't gotten one yet. You're
gonna get a match? It's crazy.
Go ahead and throw horror on the wheel against me. See how it works out for you. I've been studying. Yeah. So you don't give this movie a recommend. You say 5.5 for the rating of it.
If you must watch it, it's here's your review. If you must watch this movie, wait for it to come out on digital or at home. It's not worth going to a theater and possibly getting COVID over.
Well, as the chances of catching COVID lessen because hopefully people are getting their vaccines, it's funny to say don't go to a movie theater when we've been wanting to go to a movie theater this entire time.
Yeah. I just felt like that was like the proper perspective for it.
Yeah.
Go to a movie theater because it's going to be a good movie you want to see.
Right. Speaking of good movies you want to see, actually, I got nothing. Let's move on to my review.
Okay.
So, guys, there's a movie that was released a few days ago on both HBO Max and in the theaters. It is called Those Who Wish Me Dead. It stars Angelina Jolie, and she is a specialized firefighter. She's one of those firefighters that jump out of planes in the midst of a fire burning down a forest to try to put it out. It's a very exciting sounding career. The movie was, how do I put this? Just very okay.
Oh, so it was like Spiral.
Yeah, so I'm sorry that we can't give you guys like these extremely exciting like reviews tonight, but both the movies we're reviewing were just very okay. I'm not going to do any spoilers on it also because I will at least give this a partial recommend just because it is available on HBO Max. So if you have that HBO Max subscription, there's literally nothing stopping you from going play. And you don't have to spend any extra money on it. Yeah, well, time. So
your Apple Watch is stopping you from hitting play? What? That's weird.
Oh, you have to. Did you not hit your stand and walk goal for the day?
Yeah, apparently not. Gotta go get my steps in.
So this movie, without trying to like break down any spoilers, you know what? Honestly, I'm going to say this. There's not really any spoilers to break down because the movie didn't give us any. The movie did not give us any spoilers. There's nothing to be worried about story-wise what happens in this movie. It was a very, very thin plot to it that played out just as anybody would expect it to.
There's a major spoiler in this movie.
Is there?
The movie is called Those Who Wish Me Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get their wish?
So there's a very thin plot to this movie, and it involves essentially Angelina Jolie protecting this kid from two hitman assassins who are coming after him because he's the son of somebody who knew something, and they got the guy who knew something. So they're now going after the kid because he got away from the crime scene. And that's it. That's the plot. You might ask, what is the thing that the guy they got knew that they were going after him for? Couldn't tell you. They didn't say. This movie left a lot of things very unraveled. They didn't tie up the loose ends. They didn't. What?
Of course they didn't say, because if they said what he knew,
no, you're not even finishing that.
They'd be after you.
Oh God. I knew that's what you were doing. Like I was saying, this movie left a lot of like loose ends that were not like tied up. They didn't tie things together. There is a cameo appearance by somebody, and if you've seen the IMDb, you already know who it is. I'm not going to say it because maybe that might be the only thing that people do want kept as a surprise for them for this movie. But for the most part, there weren't a whole lot of like stakes in this movie. It feels like there wasn't a whole. It was just running. It was kind of like a cat and mouse. They're just running from these two hitmen this entire time. There is a forest fire that is involved at some point in the movie, and it's an interesting plot detail as to why it's used. But outside of that, there's just not a whole lot to this film. I will say, on the flip side, if I'm going to start with a negative, I will find a positive in here. And the positive in here is that outside of the movie kind of amounting to nothing, that's still a negative, there were some moments of like great thrills. There were some moments in there that I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. Especially involving, what is the actress's name? She. It takes way too long to pull up IMDb.
Angelina Jolie.
No, I remember Angelina Jolie. No. There were some really great moments in the movie by Angelina Jolie for sure, but yeah, Medina Senghor. That's exactly who I was trying to remember. My mind was like moving all the letters in her name in every other direction other than the proper one that actually spells out her name. She had some really great moments in the movie. I was like, oh yeah, get it. And everyone else did a really good job. I mean, the two guys playing the assassins were Nicholas Hoult and Aidan Gillen. I can remember their names. They were both really good in that role, despite being probably some of the most inept hitmen assassins that have ever graced film ever. They look like they knew what they were doing, but they did not.
That's not including the hitman or whatever from Date Night.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, yeah. They all could be part of the same unit, the same force.
That was like Common and Jimmy Simpson.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie. I put this up on. I can't remember if I put it up on Twitter, but I definitely put it up on my Letterboxd for the review that I put up there. Angelina Jolie cannot overstay her welcome. She is just flat out a fantastic actress. She knows what she's doing in these movies. She comes to do her job, and she does it very well. She is definitely a highlight of this movie, as well as Finn Little, who plays the kid Connor in this movie. That kid is talented, and that kid's going to go places because he had some scenes in this movie where he was acting the crap out of it, and I was very, very impressed. So, thin script, fantastic job by the actors to try to elevate the movie as best as they could. But, there's only so much you can do when the plot and the script is very thin in and of itself. I will also note that John Bernthal was in it as well and had some really good scenes, some really good moments as well too. But as a whole, it's not that high. I only give it a recommend because you can just throw it up on HBO Max really quickly. As long as you obviously already have the HBO Max subscription. I would probably give it somewhere around a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10 just because I really enjoyed some of the thrills that popped up in there, and I really enjoyed what the actors were able to do with what they were given. But as far as the story, it was just kind of sounding thing, and it just fell flat. It didn't have a whole lot to it. So that's the review of Those Who Wish Me Dead, a movie title that I, for some reason, even though I've said it multiple times now, can never seem to say correctly. I want to say Those That Wish Me Dead, but it's Those Who Wish Me. There's a lot of words in that title, man. There's a lot of words in that title. The Cinefanatics Those Who Wish Me Dead review. There's a lot of words in that title, man. There's so many words.
Garth is saying that Finn Little sounds like a character in Little Mermaid. I mean,
that's actually who the movie was named after.
Yeah. The little Finn.
Get it? She's got fins and she's the Little Mermaid.
I want to be where the people are.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for Tagline tonight.
Yeah.
Over on Twitch. I actually kind of really liked this. There was a nice following of people watching us over here on Twitch. So this might be something we think about in the future. Yeah, I know. So yeah, typically we are on YouTube. If we are able to save this, I will put it up on our YouTube channel so it can be viewed later over there. If it is on YouTube, make sure you do the YouTube things like comment and subscribe, share as usual. That's the YouTube things.
Oh no, Tagline 57 is going to be the lost episode. Oh.
That'll be funny. Under the Sea. Wow, Garth. Wow.
Now I'm really wondering if you're even paying attention to us at all, man. You're just...
Anyways, before we close this out, let's go through real quick and and go over like what's coming out. Again, hopefully tomorrow night, should YouTube and StreamYard want to play and be friends again, we are doing the Jungle Book watch along. That is on our Patreon, patreon.com/cinefanatics. Hop on the $5 tier, the do tier. You'll be able to join us for that watch along tomorrow night at like 9 Central, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. This Friday we are doing our Patreon movie trivia hangout night. That's going to be Friday night, probably 10 Eastern, I think is what we're shooting for. Or we might do it earlier and just like release the stream and you just hop in whenever you want. Probably like, I don't know, 9:30. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Somewhere between the 9 and 10 hours, probably when it'll go up, and then it's real casual. Just come in if you can.
Yeah. So we'll get that up for Patreon members. You got to be at the Maverick tier for that one.
Yep.
Again, one of us has an FCL match coming up. So yes, we will be studying and playing movie trivia.
Rub it in.
Sure.
Keep rubbing
Cool.
it in.
Anyways, and then you have your, what was it, Bad Batch?
Bad Batch is this Saturday, guys. Probably around the same times. I believe I said 8 Central, so probably 6 Pacific and 9 Eastern. Somewhere around there. If that time changes again, we notify everything on social media for sure. There will also be notifications, I believe, in Discord and Patreon as well. But yes, hopefully we have both Sean and Adam with us this week. If not, maybe at least one of them. And if not, you still get to see my bright and shining face. So I would appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. If you're into the Bad Batch, you've been watching it, we're going to break down some of the stuff that happened in the last episode and the one coming up this week. So bunch of fun stuff, and we can talk about our omegas and our ticks over there in the breakdown.
Okay, then.
You're not watching it. You don't know. Omega. Her name is Omega.
Vernon says he's going to drive down there and break my damn chair if I don't quit being mean to the gentleman. Okay. You know what? You drive down here. We'll go to like a whiskey bar or something, and you can leave my chair alone.
You need to show the gentleman some respect, because the gentleman shows respect to people who deserve it.
The hell is the gentleman? Okay, that's just
my FCL name. Brad already said it. Come on, tune in.
I'm not familiar with this. I don't know why Brad would talk to you. Anyways,
it's a weird way to take this.
I know. That was weird character work right there. I'll work on that a little bit. FCL equals find Chris later, much later.
FCL ML.
That's funny.
You even watch FCL, bro?
Anyways, yeah. Join our Patreon. Even at the $1, the Neo tier, you'll be on our Discord. So yeah, come hang out with us on Patreon.
Yes, Patreon is a good place to immediately get into the Discord. For those of you who are subbed onto this channel, onto this specific channel, we're talking about the Twitch channel, not the YouTube channel. If you're on my Twitch channel, Chris Adams MLP, twitch.tv/Chris Adams MLP, the sub will give you access to the Discord at some point. I've got to work on that, so just hang tight. You will also have Discord access to the Method Living universe. Method Living will be explained later on, also on my Twitch and other places as well. But that is the name of the Discord that houses both anything I do here on Twitch and anything we do Cinefanatics. So, and also anything that we may inevitably or eventually do on our own individual YouTube channels, should those ever exist and or take off.
Come back to life.
Come back to life. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
coming soon.
If y'all have anything else you want to say or drop, let us know. Questions, get those into the comments real quick, because we are wrapping this up. Since we are on Twitch, I'm going to ask you to do the Twitch things. Give this video a like. I don't know if you can hit a button.
There's
just
no
like the video. Just
would you like me to do this?
Just sit in your chair, fold your arms and just nod your head approvingly that you like this video. Give us a like.
Be older, Bob. Be older. That was a Scrubs reference. No,
Yeah.
on Twitch, you can hit that follow button for me if you want. If you like my personality, at least I am on this channel playing games all the time, or all the times ish. I'm still working on a schedule. Hit that follow button. You'll be notified and all that. If you are feeling very generous, you can also sub to the channel as well, and that's a big help to me and what we're trying to build and do here in the community here on Twitch. So consider it. Also, again, like we said earlier, if you have that Amazon Prime subscription, you can Prime sub 1 sub a month for free with that Amazon Prime subscription, and I would be flattered and honored if you used it on me. But that is your choice. Use it where you want to. Yeah, and as Garth says, you can also send in bits. He said like this. We don't have alerts on this particular one since we're going through StreamYard in order to produce this, but bits are something that can normally be put up onto the Twitch channel, and when I'm under my normal OBS settings, you will be alerted. There will be alerts and stuff that will pop up on the screen for those. So all a bunch of different ways you can help out the stream, and that's it goes a long way to helping me out in what we're doing here. So yeah. You understood none of that.
Nope, that was all in some foreign language. Might as well have been Swahili to me. I don't know.
Omega.
Yeah, that too. Whatever language that is. Anyways,
English.
So I think that's going to do it for tonight. I would like to thank all of y'all in the chat for being here tonight here on Twitch. Especially those of y'all that were with us on YouTube and then followed us over here.
Yep.
Very much appreciated that.
Real quick, again, I'll probably shout these out during normal game streams, but Vernon did also just gift a sub to Catatot. So Vernon, I very much appreciate it. You are continually a lifesaver here. And thank you so much for gifting a sub to Catatot. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Anyway, carry on. That's a Twitch thing. You got to do a Twitch thing.
I know. You got another Twitch thing to do too.
Oh my goodness. And Catatot gifted a sub to Rachel. And now we've got a hype train as we're trying to end. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That's heck of a time to get. Oh, it's at 69%. No, leave it there, guys. Don't do anything else.
I was like, why does it say 69%?
Not another bit, not another gift sub. Let the hype train die at 69%. That's fantastic. I appreciate it, guys. That's really awesome. That hype train's not going to die for 4 minutes. Do we want to keep the stream going for 4 minutes?
I don't know what a hype train is. I'm going to guess it's because like all these things started happening so quick at once that it's like, hey, this is a great place to do something that involves money.
Hype trains get generated when bits and gift subs and regular subs and all of that just happens a lot. That's the most simplistic way of explaining it to him, guys.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Guess I got it.
Oh, Garth did it. Garth added more bits.
It's at 75. Anyways, you're gonna have to tell me, is this a good time to end this when the hype is up, or
Garth wants to try to get to level 2, so you know what, let's try to get to level 2 and then we'll go ahead and end it. I'm not gonna try to get to level 5. We do have other things we got to do tonight. Normally, if this was like a regular stream, like where I'm doing like a game or something, I'd be all about this. But as of tonight, we are wrapping up the tagline here. So it says just 3 minutes. Yeah. So guys, also since we're waiting it out a little bit,
how are y'all doing?
How are you guys doing? Send us some questions. Let us know. Let us know what's on your mind. How are you feeling? How are you guys feeling tonight? I can see
a salt shaker. Uh-huh.
I can see it over. I got the stream pulled up over on my laptop over here. I can see it on there, but obviously not on the StreamYard.
Oh, there you go.
And Catatot just gifted 2 subs to both Brandy and Jess. Thank you so much, Catatot. That is, you guys are being very, very generous, and I really appreciate that. He's not going to see any of this money, and that's fine.
Wasn't going to see the YouTube money either, so.
Shut. Sheesh. Anyway, yeah, guys, I really appreciate it. You guys are literally the best, and this gives me a lot of hope for at least this Twitch channel as well, because I want to build a community full of people who are loving and caring and building it off the back of people who are generous. That's one way to do it. That's one way to do it for sure. So you guys are being super awesome, super generous. I appreciate y'all. Vernon dropping the Jurassic Park reference.
Yes. Yeah, drop that John Hammond in there. We spare no expense.
We spare no expense. I appreciate it. I really do. Sometimes I worry that, like, when I'm saying that I appreciate things, that I don't sound sincere enough, or I don't feel like I'm coming across sincere enough, but like, I legitimately appreciate it. I really do. I want to spend more time being grateful for things. So Garth just keeps. Hey, are you really trying to get it to level 5? Are we trying to get me to a level 5 hype train? That's the extent of the hype train.
Oh, okay. People all over the world
join
hands.
Start
it's
a hype
the
train.
Hype train.
Yeah, you guys are the best. So, but yeah, if we want to make this not awkward, if you guys have any questions, to throw it in there, but in the chat, we can answer some questions. Certain questions may not be able to be answered if they're pertaining to FCL, but some questions can be answered. Any questions? You can feel free to ask them. We're just gonna sit here in silence.
Or if someone wants to drop another sub, like gift another sub, that might pop it up. I guess we're just waiting for this level 2 now. Hype. That didn't change the hype percentage.
No, it doesn't. That's an emote. Emotes don't do that. I'll explain all of this to you probably never.
Oh, we're already at level 2, so now we're trying to get to level 3. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I think we should call it. I think we should call it on the hype train.
Okay, well, let's call it on that. So again, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being a part of this tonight. This was a very successful stream over here on Twitch. I'm very happy and proud of this, and will make me rethink my entire future as far as doing content on YouTube versus Twitch. Probably not, but I mean, I might take it under serious advisement. So yeah, again, thank y'all for being here tonight on this awkward night. Glad we were still able to sit here and talk some movies. Enjoyed, or missed not seeing y'all for a past week. So yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight. Anything else?
You know what? We're on Twitch.
Yeah.
Do we think we can raid somebody? I mean, we've got how many people here right now? We've got 9 viewers. 9 viewers getting raided somewhere. It'd be really cool if you guys want to stick around.
Video.
Let me see if is Video Drew on Twitch right now?
Yeah. I guess she broadcasts both, because she's doing cinema bias.
She's having a hard time on YouTube as well.
Oh, so did she move cinema bias over to Twitch also?
I bet she did.
Raider.
Yeah, we're gonna raid Video Drew 100%. Let me see. How long have they been going? Hour 13. How long does their cinema bias usually go for?
It's got a little bit left, yeah.
Okay. Let's raid Video Drew. Let's do it. We will raid Video Drew. I am going to start the raid. All right, guys. raid is started, so we will catch you guys on the tagline another time, hopefully back on YouTube as normal. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. We're gonna rate it, so stick around, go support Video Drew as she's doing Cinema Bias, and we'll catch you guys later.
Later.
See ya.